I believe. I believe. I believe. Now everybody get radical for 30 seconds. Come on. So the devil said, come on, come on. Come on. Y'all ain't ready. Share this live. If you are just joining us, share this live. We want to say welcome to all of our celebrants who celebrating your birthday this month. If you are celebrating your birthday this month, we want to say happy birthday to you. We want to remember all of those that celebrated their birthday in January, in February, in March, April, May. Now we are celebrating with those that are celebrating their birthday in June. We want to say happy birthday to all of you. We want to say thank God for the gift of life. Thank you for joining us. We want to be so grateful to God that you are celebrating your birthday. So long, bye-bye. We say happy birthday to all those celebrating their birthday in the month of June, and we want to say happy new month to all of you. If you are just joining us, this is the trade platform. After this song, we will be joining our team song. Today, we will be discussing issues surrounding the challenges and your experience facing declaring and shipping goods to Liberia. And precisely today, we will be discussing the Liberia Revenue Authority. What the challenges you face when you ship with the Liberia Revenue Authority. If you'll be joining us, we will be sending out the link. You can just come alive, or you can come up and just do your call. You will definitely be joining us. Again, we want to say happy birthday to all of you that are celebrating their birthday, and all of those who celebrated their birthday from January to now. I want to say happy new month to all of you. Share it. So long, so long. Goodbye to my sorrow. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my trouble. I want to say congratulations to the guys from the custom. I think they came out with their class 2. We want to say congratulations to the administration of custom. We want to say congratulations to all of the men and women come and serve the country well. So long, so long. Come on, say it. So long, I can't hear you say. If you are just joining us, this is the trade platform. Share it. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye, y'all. Everybody raise it up. You are the God of miracles, say it. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of unstoppable. You are the God of power. After the song, we'll be joining our team song. We want to thank God that we are alive today. We want to say happy birthday to all of you that celebrated your birthday. So long. We want to say happy birthday. Back to my trouble. Back to my pain. Somebody wave me bye-bye. Somebody wave me bye-bye. Share it. Share this live. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain. I can't hear you up there. Somebody raise it up, say. Somebody raise it up, say. You are the God of miracles, hey. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. We can't stop heaven for you. You are the God of power. That's what we can say. I believe. I want to say good morning to all of you who just joining us, but share this live. Today we will be discussing the challenges and experience facing shipping goods to Liberia, specifically with the Liberia Revenue Authority. Now we'll be joining our team soon shortly.
Producing a whole new way to save from Xfinity. Get Xfinity Internet with unlimited data
Yes.
and a free stream.
I want to welcome our team song. Share. Welcome to the Trade Platform. This is where you learn how to do shipping and clearing, the challenges you face. If you're celebrating your birthday today, we want to say happy birthday to you. If it's your birthday, just I want to say happy pre-birthday to you. We want to say January, the February, the March, the April, May, June today. We want to say happy birthday to all of you. I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. So if you are interested in joining the show, just click the link and you will be joining live, or just place the call. The number will be displayed on the screen. If you are just joining or share this. Welcome to the Trade Platform. I want to welcome all of you. Tell the truth, I'm always on the wrong. Oh, and I wonder why you don't mean what you say. But I remember the terrible truth about the truth. If you stand for the truth, you always stand for the truth. Always stand. If you stand for the truth, always stand for the truth. Always stand alone. Do you believe in righteousness? Do you welcome all of you. Welcome to the Trade Platform. Okay, thank you. Thanks for joining the show. We want to say thank you. That's our man, Lucky Doobie, the late. So if you'll be joining the show, the link is there. Click the link. And if you are just joining us, welcome to the free platform. You can just follow. The WhatsApp number is there to join us. You can call on Messenger, you can call on WhatsApp, you can call the direct line, or you can use the link to join and you can be live on the show while we discuss. And today we'll be looking at the experience and challenge you face. And last week we started something new. When you come on the show, we need to work on this problem back home in Liberia. It's an old age problem. So it's something new we just started. We just started last week. So if you're joining the show, we have from 1 to 10. You can take any of the trade partners. We have the MOCI, who is the Ministry of Commerce. We have the Metex Scientific. We have the Shipping Line. We have the CTM, who is the GTMS. We have the Liberia Revenue Authority, what they call the LRA. We have the APM Terminal. We have the trucker. Then we have the brokers from 1 to 10. Even if you are watching live, just tell me from 1 to 10. 10 is definitely the highest now, from 1 to 10. So we can definitely know who are the problem, in the challenges you face. If you don't want to, that's one of the easier way to participate on the show now as we move on. From 1 to 10, if it is the brokers, from 1 to 10, where you grade the brokers? If the Shipping Line, from 1 to 10, where you grade them? If the CTN, the Metex, the Liberia Revenue Authority, we want to start collecting these scores to see where we have more problem. Then we begin to speak to those problems and reach it to the authority so that we can reach out to them to know what is currently happening and why are they, or setting real problem in the entire trade process. But today, on that, we will be discussing with the Liberia Revenue Authority the challenges you face. Today, specifically, we will be looking at the Liberia Revenue Authority, the challenges we face, and more especially on the issue of violation of the re-evaluating your document. Okay? Like you already shipped to Monrovia and you put your document in for processing and you look another value coming up. Why? Why are they putting another value? And the big component to today will be Metex Scientific. So we'll be discussing the Liberia Revenue Authority and Metex Scientific because we are going for destination inspection. Why Metex? Why do we still need Metex? Why do we need Metex in Liberia? Why do we need them to be a partner in our trade chain when we are going for destination inspection? The reason yesterday we were using BVAC is because we were not equipped, we were not ready, we were not in a position, we just came from war. So we needed BVAC to help us, more especially with doing business with the international community so that at least our representation, we can be recognized that despite we just from war, but we have a reputable company overseas that can help us to inspect goods coming to Liberia, more especially, okay, I will just give you a gist. The BVAC was, honestly, during the Taylor regime, I would say BVAC was just a spy so that they can know that there will be no arm coming to Liberia while Charles Taylor was president for Liberia at the time. Let me be honest with you. That's the whole issue of BVAC. Okay? And at the end of the day, BVAC remain in our trade chain and we saw your value. Honestly, when BVAC and SGS came to Liberia, trust me, these guys was complete spy on the Taylor regime because the guy knew the strength of Taylor was the arm. Taylor's strength was the huge importation of arm to Liberia. That was his strength, bringing more arm in the country, creating more child soldiers. So the best way the guy could get rid of Taylor, one of the best ways to get rid of Taylor was making sure that they have OOC partners watching, and helping in our trade process. And at the end of the day, trust me, the guys did well because we all Beaver, we have people having interest in shipping to Liberia, you know. But at the end of the day, the whole Beaver thing now has turned to a serious business on us. You know, a business that we can easily get away with. Now, Beaver have gone, and we have gone 4 destination inspection. Why Metis? Because Meta is like a third party now between the business community and the government. Why do we need Metis when we are going 4 destination inspection? And why Metis? Why we'll go to the Revenue Authority and we'll be discussing why, but I just want you to understand some basic issue. Why do we still need Metis? In first step for me, if we ever want to do business with Metis, what we could do is to make sure that Metis will come and create the facility that will give us a better way to do business back home. But not coming to join the CEO team, we stay maintaining, we stay having. So then why could the Liberia Revenue Authority just do everything and then make the money? You know, on one of my shows, I was discussing the issue, and I still see that today the lawmakers cannot see it. The Liberia Revenue Authority need very close to, I would say, at most 20 million to operate to do more massive employment for young people. They only need 20 million. But that contract of Metis alone is more than 100 million a year. So they are one of them. Why would the government be crying for money when the source of getting the money is right on you, but you take it and you give it to a private company? And in which, of course, we have reached a stage where you no longer need a private company anymore. All you should have done with the guys who are in Beaver, like I said, increase their salary, because the guys are experts now. Beaver are training all these Liberian workers. They are experts. So you're not going to bring in like a regular people you are employing. All the guys from Beaver, bringing them to the Liberia Revenue Authority, you increase their salary, you create the facility for them. And just bring them all. Do you know what I mean? If everybody are going to our national cover and paying 190 to Liberia government, that 190 now we pay to Metis, they use a custom user fee. Do you know what I meant for Liberia? For us as a country, that to take it and give it to a private company, that would have been so much. That would have been so much for us. No, if that money was used as custom user fee, I gave you 5 agencies or government agency like bureau or entity that don't need to go to the budget for money. That 190 will ease the problem that don't need to go to the government for money. Okay? Because Metis now will be making over hundreds of millions, while the Liberia Revenue Authority, who raised the money, the Ministry of Commerce, Transport Ministry, Agriculture, you even take fire service, you put it in there, they don't need to go to the budget. They only be going to the budget to defend, but the money will already be sitting and be ready and give the government lots of strength. But it's bad for me to see that these guys go to the budget to be defending money, looking for money to operate when they're giving the money to private company. But that would be something we really need to discuss. But why do we need Metis anymore? Because the issue of Metis also help to cut down job creation for young people back home. If the Liberia Revenue Authority who have taken the responsibility through the Ministry of Commerce and other partners and say, look, we will use this as a means to definitely join. Okay, I think I have some guys coming, they want to join live. I have the chairman of Patel, and I will also be hosting today the vice president of the Liberia National Custom Broker Association, the president of James in it. Mr. Presley, how are you? Welcome. Are you getting me? Hello, Presley? Hello, are you getting me?
Okay, I'm getting you now. I think my mic is mute.
No, okay. I just work on it. Thanks for joining the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
Today
for
we're
having me.
discussing the challenges, the challenges the business people do face in shipping to Liberia. You know those challenges they face, and then specifically we are looking at the Liberia Revenue Authority on how they do your valuation method in line with METEX. But I'm just giving a overview of METEX certificate operation and why will we as a country be looking for money to do business when we are going full destination inspection that the 190 today we pay to METEX will be used as custom user fee to raise more money, more income for the government than giving it to a private company, because today Liberia Revenue Authority is struggling to have 20 million to have full operation.
Yes.
20 million. But METEX making over 100 million in a year, and you're looking for 20 million, and the money is coming from you. You're generating the money, but you begging for that you in the water and you are testing.
Yeah.
That's how the Liberia Revenue, the Ministry of Commerce is operating. Why can't we use that money as custom? It's not late. All we do is METEX. I think we need to use it. We more need the money as a country, because trust me, that will create more jobs. Because I tell you the truth, if custom had used the 190 as custom user fee, by now, the who have been taking that place, NPA, that the rumors we're hearing that one of the companies want to take the yard somewhere that was to be used for full destination inspection, and because you don't have the money and NPA want to operate, they're looking for money. But if that 190 was
NPA want money.
Yeah, NPA want money. So if the 190 was used as custom user fee to us as a country, we will raise that money by now, give it to NPA. We have contacted partners to come and build up the facility. We will use that money to buy the scanner, buy equipment. Do you know how many librarians are going to be employed by the Revenue Authority? Do you know how many inspectors are going to be on the fee by MOCI? Do you know how many by now, even the Transport Ministry will have been privileged to have more than 7 to 10 tow trucks on the street to move vehicles from one place to another. That will even help the Transport Ministry to secure a yard to store vehicles there, that people can go and can get their vehicles from there. But we have the money and we're looking for the money. So why do we need METEX? Why are we looking for money and we're giving the money to a private company? The other issue you have to deal with, why the Liberia Revenue Authority still doing re-evaluation on people's vehicles when we are going full destination inspection, but not using the transaction value? But rather you go and they are claiming up your stepping up the price of the vehicle to make money. You see, all these things boil down to lack of wisdom. If we have collected the 190, the Liberia Revenue Authority will not be streaming to raise money, because you already get something domestic that are bringing in more. So you will create the breathing space for the business community, for the people in the business community to make money and to do more importation into the country. Why are we looking for money when people sitting by us, they're getting more richer and making it far better? Let me hear you say, bro.
Anyway, thank you, Honorable Ivan Toomey. You know, you are a great guy. I appreciate your efforts in seeing this Liberian business community growing. You see a better Liberia. But one thing I've come to realize, government in time past and government now cannot recognize the efforts of private sector actors, because we are not violent, because we are not politicians, because we are not putting their legs, we are not insulting them, we are not breaking their dirty clothes and dirty stuff out. So whenever we say those things, they will play deaf ears. They will pretend as if we don't know what we are talking about, even though they know we are schooled and have vast experiences in the sector. But they will always pretend as if We are not, because politically they feel we're not showing them any strength. The issue of Metex, the issue of APN terminal, the CTM, we have discussed it time without numbers. But yet, our leaders, policymakers, those in the authorities are not paying key attention. The ripple down effect of the system breakdown and the challenges that we are faced with goes directly to the economic basket. It affects the consumers. It affects the nation as a whole. You cannot, let me be clear, you cannot authorize, lessen a company that is in no way operating the sector that you lessen them to operate. Metex does not have any experience whatsoever in clearing. They have done it no way. They don't have any record of clearing. They don't have any record of validation, evaluation. They don't have any record any part of the world. The last time I checked, Metex are pharmaceutical companies. Look,
Yeah,
I'm on it.
yeah.
Put air in it. Put air in it. Fucking tire. Sorry. So Metex is it's just a stranger. This is a complete embarrassment to our country that you bring a company that is coming to land on us. Metex have been operating since last October. Yes, they raised
And let me hold you. Yeah, just 1 minute. Let me hold you right there. I even got information that Metex has even refused to meet with the business community up to present since they are coming to Liberia.
Sure.
So who's stopping them from meeting with the business community to come and tell the business community what they need to do? Who's stopping them?
No, nobody. There's somebody who serves as Metex agent, who's advocating on behalf of Metex. Whenever we talk about meeting Metex, they're not showing that willingness to organize a meeting for Metex to clearly tell us what their function, what their operations are. Metex will wait. You will go and file in for the clean of funding, the clean report of funding. They will wait after 1 week, 10 days, 14 days. Then you know your container is in the port. You got storages, demorages, and then you want to get your container out. Then you go now to LRA. You use the number system. When LRA bill you, you pay. While you're trying to exit, you have Metex agents there telling you, because you don't have the certificate of the clean report of funding.
So what are they doing? Because we go 4% destination. Have Metex ever brought in equipment to Liberia? What are they doing in Liberia? What are they actually doing? It's just to give a certificate, and they are more richer than the government. So are you telling me just for Metex to issue a piece of document, they are more richer than the government?
Oh, sure.
Wow.
Oh, sure. Metex is not functioning. But Metex is malfunctioning. We don't even know their operations in Liberia. We don't even know what they are looking at. But again, this is the country that we have, where people can come from nowhere and get richer and richer at the detriment of the poor citizens in the country that barely afford. This is what's happening. It is unfortunate. It is embarrassing to the nation, and there must be something done about it. Metex, they are agents. I have never met any Metex representative. I have never met any employees of Metex.
Mr. Chairman, I think I lost you. You need to park.
Are you getting me?
You're like driving, so there'll be a shift in your network. Okay, you're back online. Yeah.
But are you getting me? So for the past 6
I'm
months,
loud and clear.
We at the level of Patel have never had any meeting. Patel is a stakeholder. We are stakeholder in the private sector. If we are not the second, you can place us on the tier, but we have a stake. So Patel have never had the opportunity to meet Metex. And 60% of our members are importers from the United States, Europe, and Asia. So there are a lot of issues that have been raised for Metis to address, but Metis cannot. They term themselves invisible. They cannot make themselves visible to discuss some of the challenges the people are faced with. They are waiting for us to rise up to protest, and then they call us names before they come explain to us what their functions and duties are in the trade industry or in the trading industry. They are not helping to enhance trade. They are not helping to facilitate trade. They are not going by the rules and regulation of the WTO.
So let me hold you there. So Metis, so this thing sounds strange. So you just get a group of guys who came in the country and just get richer and they leave the country at the end of the day. Because if we speak of destination, I know B Mountain, but now Metis, you are being even if there's a groundbreaking, giving us a groundbreaking of the new site. Metis should be telling us how many scanners are on their way to Liberia. Metis should be telling us how many Liberians they have employed. Metis should be telling us how are they coming to make the difference in our trade community. What difference are they bringing? But not coming and just passing document, and even the document not even passing right there and causing almost problems. But wait, we'll get back to Metis. The issue of LRA, because that's what's surprising us now. It was the LRA who was holding Liberia to go for destination inspection. You can remember that of the meeting we went to. I remember Manatama was telling us they needed millions of dollars to have the new DR site to be set up. They needed all of these things. I remember my friend and brother, Commissioner Sar Samoa. Those were the challenges they were facing in moving us to full destination inspection. But then today we have seen we are going for destination inspection with those challenges that were on the dock. And we just see people up already, they say we go for DI. So I'm a bit confused.
We're going for DI. Well, go to the DI site. I mean, there's no warehouse there.
No warehouse.
So most of the inspections will be done at your warehouse, at concerning warehouse. So why if concerning got 10 containers and then you have to upload 3 containers every day for 10 days? I know you're going to pay his detention fees, but what happened to the inspectors? Are they going to go there every 3 days? Because they lack the capacity to do the inspection at the port. And they expect you to pay extra $200 so they can allow you to take the container to your warehouse for it to be inspected. But it is their own inability. They lack that capacity. But it seems that inspecting the goods at the port will waste your time. So just pay some amount of money. Then we'll defray the goods or we'll transfer the goods to your warehouse. Making it seem like because of time factors, because of the traffic, the container traffic, we can inspect your goods at your warehouse. And I believe it's not supposed to be so. No. If you are not prepared to do certain things, just come out clear that, look, because we are not prepared, because we don't have the capacity, let us allow our people to let relax certain sector or segment or certain system. Let relax it. But you can't bill me or you can't ask me to pay for that which you don't have. These are the corruptions we're talking about. These are the economic suppression and oppression we're talking about. Our people deserve better. You can't do those things to our people. LRA is supposed to know better. They're supposed to do better. They know that Metis is not prepared. Metis is fighting. They just a new company that just got in the system, but then they are fighting for just a common land space. It's been 4 or 5 months. Metis cannot get that land.
No, but if I will hold you there, that because the Liberian Revenue Authority, it is their sole responsibility to make sure that we have a better DI facility.
DI facility.
Yeah. So the first thing, Metas should have worked with the Labrador Revenue Authority in making sure that even if the land is acquired, being fenced, waiting, equipment going in, renting, at least if Metas were operating and there was a site where they are doing some building and upgrading for tomorrow, then we say we get it somewhere.
No site.
We get it somewhere. But up to now, you are not identified nothing.
Metas agent came to us and said that they acquired the land. The government gave them D, or MPA gave them D for the land. By the end of the day, someone came and raised another company, not even a current company. Another company came and raised contentions.
B Mountain.
Not B
Mountain.
One of the rest dealer companies in the port. The raised issue first. B Mountain is just coming. So it took them 2-3 months. They were asking MPA to address the issue. What happened? I think it was partially addressed, and they decided to move in again. Then another issue came out. So we are looking at them building a warehouse that will even host consolidated cargoes. So you and I can send our boxes in time and clear it individually without it being like a concerning one kind of project. So we need a warehouse. We need a fully capacitated warehouse that will do some of those things that will assist us to alleviate some of the challenges that we are faced with. But Metas seems to be very, very relaxed, and it seems to be not prepared to bring all of the goods that they promise the Liberia business community. Yeah. We feel it is an affront to us, and then we all have to speak out so these things can be addressed.
Okay, so
Metas is not prepared yet.
Yeah, so
they're not prepared.
No, it is clear that Metas, but we don't even need them. By going for destination inspection, we don't need no third party between the government and the business community. We don't need them. Under the WTO, we don't need them. You know that. I know that. We don't need them. It is the Labrador Revenue Authority for responsibility now to take
care according to the WTO.
According to the WTO, we don't need Metas. Yes. We don't need them.
Yes.
According to the WTO, there should be nothing called Metas. Yes. Because by the WTO regulation, that's why we're fighting to keep Beaver out.
Unveil the act.
You're breaking your driving network.
Yeah. Yes. I will soon be parking. I'm going to the office, so I got 1 minute to the office. I will soon be parking. So sorry for that.
Okay.
Sorry,
no, okay. Also late. It's okay. Okay. So the issue of people shipping to Liberia, your invoice are not being accepted. More especially those that today we'll be looking at the people that are shipping cars. Why is it all of the duty on continue going to the bureau are just placed on cars. You go to MOCR, they increase your value. You go to Metas, they increase your value. They say you go to CTN get you new value. You go to the Labrador Revenue Authority, the customs officer who doing that document has a who value he putting on your car. So how are the Liberian business people who shipping car benefiting from the full destination inspection? How are they benefiting? Are you getting me? I think I just lost him. So now we want to deal with the revenue authority today. You know, we can't talk trade with all the revenue authority, and we want to speak specifically to people who shipping cars to Monrovia. I think he will be joining us. I just lost him because of the internet fluctuation. Okay, we have someone calling. Want to join the line? No, I can't take video calls. You can't call me on video. We have someone. I can't take a video call. Why? I can't take a. Why is it? You can't distract me. I can't be watching. You want to come live? The link is there. Come on the link. I can't be watching another phone and while on the show, you will be distracting me. Just join the link and come live. If there are any other issue, then we can discuss after. If it's not true, you can call me privately, then we can discuss it. But I can be watching 2 streams at a time. Click the link and just come online. As I was saying, see, that's why I don't like distraction. People shipping your vehicles to Monrovia. And then you notice, I know a friend who called me. He shipped a vehicle for a guy. The vehicle reached to Monrovia. They may refuse the car. He may say, my man, honestly, between you and myself, I will advance, you take the car. There will be no hard feeling, nothing, but you take the car. I cannot be here. I paid $2,000 for a car. I paid to ship the car. Okay? I paid to ship the car. Then I go pay another $2,500 to clear the car. Can you imagine that? The brother is saying, I paid $2,000 for the car. I went to the auction. The car was maybe 1,850. All the taxes and the auction fees and things go in the car and make it $2,000. I get my receipt. Auction $2,000. The car goes to Monrovia. Apart from the freight I pay on the car because I know I gotta transport my car. That one ain't clear. But getting to Monrovia, I paid $2,000 for my car. Then they asking me to pay $2,500 duty on the car. The guy told a friend, my man, I don't want no hard feeling between us, brother. I would rather take that $2,500 and reinvest it in something different than to put it behind the car. How much will I sell the car? Even if I want to sell the car, how much will I sell the car? A car that was bought for $2,000, shipped to Monrovia. Okay, now shipped to Monrovia. Yeah, I paid $2,500. We'll be joined live with the Vice President of the Labrador National Custom Broker Association. Mr. Zuka, are you there? Good morning.
Good afternoon, President Tume. How do you do, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks for joining us. You being the Vice President for the trade industry. And today we are discussing the challenge and experience people face in shipping to Liberia, specifically the issue that have to deal with the Liberia Revenue Authority, more especially on vehicle. I know where we see they are not using transaction value that have to deal with the GATT method of valuation, the General Agreement Tariff and Trade, since we are going to full destination inspection, but rather we see people tell you the value of your car. They determine your car value. How do you look at that? You know, you being the Vice President, how are you guys engaging? So, and what are some of the good?
So, Mr. Tume, President Tume, let me make a disclaimer before I continue my contribution to the show. I am the Custom Broker Vice President, but I'm not joining the show. The views and my opinion that will not reflect the opinion of the institution.
Okay.
That is, I am not the official spokesperson of the National Custom Broker Association of Liberia. The official spokesperson is our president, President James Lawrence Heenan Jr., and the National Secretary General, Mr. Maurice Katama. So I'm going to give my opinion as a custom broker, and it is going to be very educative. So those of your followers who want to understand the issue surrounding the shipment of vehicle to Liberia in 1 or 2 minutes, I don't know how long the show.
You have the time. You have
I
the
don't know how
floor.
long. Okay, so I want to begin with the legal aspect. So the Liberia Revenue Authority was established by an act of legislation as a semi-autonomous agency outside of the Ministry of Finance. Previously, it was the Department of Revenue under the Ministry of Finance that moved as the Liberia Revenue Authority. And they are close with the authority to legitimately collect lawful revenue on all imports and exports, among many other things, like taxes, personal income tax, real estate tax, and several other taxes. The ARA is close with our authority to do that. So they have been doing that. And the ARA takes instruction directly from the Ministry of Finance, which is the policy arm, and the legislature. The legislature are those who set precisely the rates of duties and import duties. So there are two major instruments that ARA use to carry on their work. One of them is the Harmonized System Code, or the HS code, which is approved universally. The tariff is being produced by the World Customs Organization with collaboration from the World Trade Organization, which is the WTO. So the tariff takes into consideration the classification and assessment of all goods, whether manufactured any part of the world or in Liberia. And the issue of vehicle is no exception. So that tariff is used within Liberia, is used in Guinea. The rates may be different based on the region, based on regional protocol. But specifically to your topic, vehicle importation falls under Chapter 87 of the HS code, that is the tariff. So under Chapter 87, there are several rates. Vehicle has categories. There are categories of vehicle, that is, you know that. There are sedan, there are pickup under 87. There were air moving equipment under Chapter 84. These are caterpillar, these are forklift. So the normal rates for a sedan, a Jeep, is 16 or let's say 17% import duties. But mind you, there are several taxes that are calculated, and when your audience, wherever they are listening to understand, apart from the import duty, we are 70%. We also have what we call the goods and services tax, the GST. It is 10%. It used to be 7% under Manasari regime. Before she could leave, she increased it to 10%. It used to be 7.5. So we have the goods and services tax. So when you are importing a vehicle, I'm speaking specifically to sedan, maybe Jeep, whatever thing you talk about in that category. The import rates, these are the rates, 17%. Then we have the GST is 10%. We have what we call the goods and the ETL, which is the equatorial level. Liberia is part of the region. So when you are importing vehicle into Liberia, you have to pay 0.5%. It used to be 1.5%, but ECOWAS reduced it for developing countries in the region, so it is 0.5%. Then that is if the vehicle that you are importing falls under the normal regulation. That is, it is fall in the range of the policy of the revenue code. Because the lawmaker, I want to say it clearly so that you can hear it. Sometimes we blame the area, we blame other trade partners for some of the problem, but directly, Mr. Tumbe, I can tell you the lawmaker too are our problem.
We know that. We know that.
The revenue code is the financial manual of the country. I just talk about the HS code. But before I slip up, let me go back to HS, the tariff. We are I want to stick to vehicle as a commodity imported to Liberia. So the HS code, the rates are being set and approved by the legislature also. So importing vehicle 10% for Sudan. If you are importing pickup into the country, it falls on 8704 also. The import duty, the import rate is 10%. The GST remains constant, the ETR remains constant. But what I want to come back to, what I want to stress is that there is a law, and that law emanates from the revenue code. The revenue code is the financial manual of the whole country. It tells you from day to day how revenue is collected. And that particular financial manual emanates from the legislature. It is the financial policy that the Ministry of Finance follow, the Ministry of Commerce follow, the Revenue Authority also follow. So the revenue code, our lawmaker in the revenue code, the lawmaker and the appendix and the addendum, their policy, financial instruction that they gave to the Minister of Finance. And I just want to talk about a few concerning the vehicle. That they both pick up and moving equipment and the sedan. On chapter 8704 and chapter 8703 or 8702 on a bus and whatever. So the lawmaker say, it's a revenue, but I want to say so the audience can get a clear picture. Our lawmaker, those who voted for, say they instructed the minister, they told Samuel Tuwe, they say any vehicle above 15 years old should not come on a Liberia.
And let me hold you right there. Let me hold you right there. So when the 15-year came into place, because I know during early time it was 10 years.
It used to be 10 years during early time when His Excellency President George Manneh Weah took over. The legislature amended the portion of that revenue law that once the vehicle is more than 15 years, you should not bring it to Liberia at all. It should not come to Liberia. That one, the lawmaker, the House of Representatives and the House of Senate, they instructed the Minister of Finance as part of the revenue law. Any vehicle, excluding buses that are more than 21 years old, I mean buses that 21 seated, that means you got a bus that the seat is more than 21, it does not fall in that category. You got a truck. Or F moving equipment. You got Caterpillar, you got forklift. They say they are exempted from that law. But you bring a Pathfinder, you say your Liberty Jeep, you say your sedan, you say your pickup. The post say it should not come to Liberia. So in the wisdom of the Minister of Finance through the Commissioner General, when the Commissioner General has power to regulate, knowing fully well that we do not even have a car manufacturing plane in Liberia. Not even an assembly plane. So the Commissioner General issue a regulation in accordance with the tariff in the revenue code that when a vehicle is more than 15 years, you will pay penalty. They're not stopping you from beginning.
Okay, let me hold you there. Let me hold you right there because you spoke of wisdom. Now, if the vehicle more than 15 years, you pay penalty. But if the vehicle is a brand new vehicle, what do you pay?
So you see, so thank you for that question. I think I want to say, but I slip off. So the revenue law also states, the revenue law also states that when you bring a vehicle, the base value, and let's talk about the base value a little bit. We talk about the rates, but the rate, what is it being applied on? The rate is being applied on the transactional value. That is your cost, your insurance, and your freight. The cost, how much the car will purchase for? You insure that vehicle, for example, you're driving it maybe from you in America. You're driving it maybe from New York to New Jersey to ship it to Liberia, or from Jersey to New York to ship it to Liberia. You insure that vehicle for overseas while it's on a vessel coming to Liberia.
That's a brand new vehicle now.
Yeah, you come again?
That's a brand new vehicle you're talking about now.
I'm talking about. I'm discussing vehicle. I'm discussing the base value.
Okay.
I will come to that particular point, but I don't want to slip on the issue of, because I talk about the rates. So somebody want to ask or say, so the rate, how is it calculated? How is the calculation done? On what value is the rate being calculated? So I'm saying is the base value. So the rate for vehicle on the chapter is the 703 for maybe a Pathfinder Jeep is 17% for import duty, GST 10, ETL is 0.5. So that calculation is done on your cost, your insurance, and your freight.
Okay, Ines, let me hold you right there. You know, I know you try to give the entire or nitty-gritty of the entire process, but the question people are asking, if our lawmaker are saying we shouldn't bring old car to the country, because they have been clear that the lawmaker are the one who tell us that we shouldn't bring old car to the country. If I bring you a new car, how does it benefit me or how does it affect me? That's what people want to know.
So the lawmaker also says, says, when you importing a brand new vehicle or even a used, when you are importing a used vehicle that is with the value of the vehicle is around 40 to 50,000, the person you will pay exact tax. That is a loss rate tax. That means you get money, you won't enjoy yourself. You won't compare yourself with the government, you won't compare yourself with the president, you won't compare yourself with the lawmaker.
So who the people should compare yourself with now? So who the people should compare yourself with? Why are Liberians living? Why do they live?
The law. I'm not talking about the law. I'm not interpreting it. That's what I mean. I'm not understanding. That is my understanding of the law. So there is exact tax. They call it loss rate tax. The loss rate tax. I don't know. You getting me clear? Because in the house.
I'm getting you loud and clear. The people are getting you loud and clear. That's why the question keep coming.
So the lawmaker also say in the revenue code, they pass it. They say when you bring a car that is 40,000 or 30,000 above, that means you won't compare yourself with them. They give you 10%, you will pay. Apart from that, I want the car brand new.
Let me hold you there. Hold on. Someone is saying if a lawmaker brought his vehicle or her vehicle, even 100,000, they get something called duty free, right?
It's a person I don't want to get there, but
no. And I'm asking the question. But people asking the question because if the lawmaker making this kind of law, are they paying the taxes on your 100,000 vehicle that are coming to Liberia?
So to answer you indirectly, Indirectly, to answer indirectly is that the lawmaker has all the privileges that you think about. The guys have access to duty free. You are well done.
So
even if they bring car, $4-5 million. Even if they bring a car, $4-5 million, they do not even pay import duty. They do not pay GST. They do not pay ETL. They do not pay EZA. They do not even pay presumptive tax, which is the 4% income tax. It's free, FREE, free. The only thing that I'm aware of that the Commissioner General, Honorable Thomas Dona, just instituted, once you are a lawmaker and you apply for duty free, and you do not have a tax clearance, and the tax clearance usually they can hold it on is real estate. You know, the guy got money, they enter, they pay BBOC, they pay mansions that they cannot take care of. So Commissioner Doe go after them for the real estate taxes. So once you don't have duty free, meaning that you don't have a tax clearance, that because duty free is going to be denied. But back to the issue. On the issue of a brand new car, you pay extra. In addition, an ordinary Liberian, you will have to pay extra. You will have to pay the import duty. You will pay your GST, and then you go on to even pay your presumptive tax before you get a car off of the Freeport Monrovia. So there have been issues surrounding pickup.
Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Someone wanted to know. They said you spoke about transaction value. Currently, is transaction value effective in the clearing process between the Labrador Revenue Authority and the business community? Transaction value. Like I came from the US, I bought my car 2000, including my frame, everything. Maybe it went to the 2005. I took it to Liberia to do clearing. Will they honor it? Will it be honored?
So
you as a broker now, have you experienced a document coming to the country that the person invoice value being honored to the end of the clearing process?
So I cannot say directly yes or no, but I can explain it. So, like I said, the Liberia Revenue Authority, according to the Revenue Code, that they should be using what we call the transactionary value. But frankly, Mr. Tume, the word transactionary value it varies. And let me say, for y'all the business people, let me put you in a case. Y'all the business people, many of you, some of you are not there. And you know the intent. Your intent is to maximize profit at cost. So what does ARA do? ARA does not only check the value you declare to them to say, oh, on the invoice about a car 1,500 and I ship it the price. That is why on your invoice, the names of the Labrador Clearing Processes acts that you must fairly and truthfully declare the importer and the exporter, the buyer, the man who you buy the goods from. The law says you must get a person, you must provide details. If I bought a car, a part for you, the law says, Mr. Tume, the player Mr. Tume Levy, and Mr. Tume in the used car, based on get details. Then the Liberia or the custom, the Liberian Authority will eventually contact Mr. Tume and say, oh, in a Soka King before us, so he declared that he bought a car $2,000. Can you verify that? Mr. Tume said, yeah, he bought it $2,000. It is one part of the process. Custom said, yeah, that's true. In a declared 2,000 he bought from Mr. Tume, the partner, and we called Tume. Tume said yes, no, about 2,000. But the custom investigation does not stop there. They say transactionary value. So every transaction in the chain, custom is checking. So you went to American Customs, you bought with the border protection. What was declared during the time of export? What was declared? What the Tume declare? What was the valuation, the border protection in America gave that Pathfinder? Customs also check. Customs could contact the American Customs. That Mr. Zoga bought a car for Tume 2,000, we verified that. But now at the point of export, and remember transportation, any money spent in the transaction, Customs consider that as the transactionary value. And not just the money given Mr. Tume. So if I spent $200 while the vehicle left Mr. Tume yard to the port, and the American Customs charged me export fee of $100, that's $300, the vehicle has been valued at $2,300. The shipping line charged me $500, the vehicle is now valued at $2,800. These are transactionary value. The insurance charged me $50. Now we got $2,850. These are transactionary value. Then, some of the problem that is happening currently in our system, let me tell you. Those of you do CTN, they call the cargo tracking note overseas. The government takes the cargo tracking note very highly as a they call it, how do you call it? It's a pre-shipment zoning. So, ARA now we ask, because you know, CTA, before you ship to Liberia, you must get what we call the cargo tracking note. So, the invoice, the go not reach to Liberia, but the invoice that you get to CTA, Customs, the Liberia Customs have access to that invoice. They are sharing the similar platform. Maybe people in America don't know. If you declare 10,000 to CTA, then you can't Liberia. You say you want to declare 2,000, it doesn't work.
Okay, let me hold you there. Ines, hold on 1 minute. Let me hold you there. Yes. Someone just flagged out. They say the CTA you just spoke about, CTA is not using your invoice, but rather CTA is augmenting their value. CTA will say, no, we CTA will take the car for 5,000, he sold it 2,850.
That is a conversation. It happens to me, it happens to many persons, happens to so many brokers. And I think the Customs Broker Association try to take on that issue with CTA, and that's an ongoing discussion. I can make to you clearly and squarely that yes, indeed, there are cases where the invoice being submitted to CTA is being omitted. I can say to you, I can fully tell you that those cases came before my office. We sent the president's office. We have contacted CTA, and there's an ongoing discussion. But what I want to say to you is that custom, because you based on the transactionary value. So I'm only trying to lay out every transaction in the chain. So like Meta is doing documentary inspection. They are aiding custom to verify they are not present, but custom look at every transaction in the chain to come up with your custom value. And I can say to you, there are also room for protest. If custom say this is the value and you're not satisfied based on whatever transaction value they think that they were able to investigate and pull up from the system, or from whatever transaction that were used.
Are you there?
You have the right, you can protest. Are you getting me?
Loud and clear.
Hello?
Loud and clear. We're getting you loud and clear.
Am I live?
Live, loud and clear.
So you see, but there are challenges. There are several challenges. In the past, we have been arguing for what we call database. Customer has the right, lawfully, legally.
Ines, just hold on 1 minute.
Hello?
If you want to participate on the show, the link is there. You can also join us live, or you can call the number 7634060631. You can call the WhatsApp You can call on Messenger. You can call any means. If you are in the U.S., you are out of the U.S., you want to participate, the number is +7 +1 and you will be joining us live. If you want to participate right now, we are discussing the clearing process, more especially the challenges with the Liberal Revenue Authority on vehicle specifically. You can join us to make your say. So we have with us a broker from Liberia, in person of Ines Zoga, who is drilling us through the process as we go on. Okay, Ines, are you there?
I'm listening.
Okay, quickly. So the issue now here is there are a lot of value that comes in. You go to the Ministry of Commerce. So if the LRA is looking at the transaction value that we know that they should be looking at. So they may send you an invoice with the 2,850 to Ministry of Commerce as its transaction value all the way to Monrovia. The Ministry of Commerce said, no, we can't take the Pathfinder for 2,850. We take it for 5,500. It goes to Metex. Metex, who is responsible for documentation operation, you see it there, a 5,800. It goes to CTN, it ends up to 7,000. Is this the transaction value you are talking about?
No.
2,800 now, the value end up to 7,000.
So we could discuss common ministry at another time.
We're not discussing common now.
But
we are talking about the impact, the impact being made on the value now. Because
so these are step in valuation. These are the step in valuation. So the Ministry of Commerce has a division called press verification. So when you tell the Commerce Ministry, say you buy 1,000, because the Commerce Ministry role, they are the first point of contact. They are the Ministry of Trade. They are responsible to give what we call permit. They give you permit.
It needs you breaking. Are you there? Okay, I think we lost him. He will join us later. So that was Ines Zoga, a custom broker who was giving us some insight. But like I said, we are talking about the transaction value, and he previously just stated it very clear. It is the sole responsibility of the Liberal Revenue Authority to take your invoice and reach out. But because of the clearing time that is not suitable for our country, these things are not in place. Like he said, all these play, and one of the quarter asked, all the fun thing explaining, is it what they're doing? No, I would definitely on the show tell you no. That's not what that is currently going. Ines, are you there? Because if you're telling me that if I submit an invoice and the Revenue Authority receive, but before the invoice even reaches the Revenue Authority from 2,850 from here now, it's almost 7,000. So how can the Revenue Authority be going back to the country of origin to find out how much I pay for the vehicle when the source of the revenue is to raise money? So how do you expect the Revenue Authority to be going back to the previous invoice of the 2,800 to say, let's go and do a full authentication on the invoice the client submitted to us, or the businessman submitted to us? You know, definitely the Revenue Authority will not go back to review that invoice and say, let's go with the original invoice of the client. Because just from the Ministry of Commerce alone, from 2008, they will be telling you to pay 5,500. They say that, oh, that Pathfinder, that Pika. They say to take it for 5,500. It goes to Metex, who does the documentation process. It goes to what? 5,800 or 6,000. When it goes to Liberal Revenue Authority, you look at your SAD and look at the column in there, you see maybe about 7,800. So something is not working. Something is not working. You know, we shouldn't be beautifying this thing. Something is not working. If the system will say it is the sole responsibility of the revenue authority, in fact, the sole responsibility, that responsibility should start with the Ministry of Commerce, because they are the lead of the WTO. They should not be the one to say, because pricing analysis, why are you, your pricing analysis is for the ability, is something should be done domestically. You should be able to handle price and other stuff, or maybe your pricing analysis should be for a uniform commodity that coming directly from a factory. Should be coming from a factory. So if I get your car from a dealer, from the dealership, it is the sole responsibility of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry to reach out. That price analysis department should be reaching out to my dealer. Yeah, Ivy came here, he said he bought this car for 2,000. We want to authenticate, because that will help the process. Then for someone to be sitting and say, because we are in a price analysis division, we will put this value. So where is the person from Ministry of Commerce getting the value from? Which data are they using? Which data are they using? So that means there's still a problem. Something is not right. Because from 2,800, the final appraisal on the car now is 7,000. So all of the money being added, which method being used? For example, he spoke about the CTN. Now, they say the government is looking at the CTN because they are the first contact in shipping when you shipping. Is CTN taking, because the invoice being used to ship. CTN is not CTN is not requesting or invoice from I would say invoice from the dealership. No, CTA is looking at your invoice being shipped. What in the continuum? So when you say the transaction value, there is zone, I shipped the continuum for 6,500 and my car is there. You are going to take that 6,500 on every goods that is placed within the continuum, but not to single-handed. You're not. So if I ship the car for 6,500, a CTA come out to say my car is 6,800. No, I think something is not right. Someone is not doing it right, and that's why this platform is here for, to flag it out and correct it. Because from 2,800, at the end of the day, you see your car around 8,000 to 7,000. That is not transaction value. That is not transaction value. No. I would not agree with that. These are value being made up by someone in the system to raise money. Because if the Ministry of Commerce is following this, they should be the first step to reach out to your dealer. If you bought it from the Facebook market, you will screenshot that Facebook market, the value you pay for the car will be there. If you bought it from me, I should give you a receipt. But even here in America, when you go to register the car, the first thing they ask you, how much you pay for the car? In America, when you go to register the car, the first question being asked, how much did you pay for the car? The people will not say that we're calling your dealership to find out how much you pay for the car. They don't. But for Liberia, because the good thing about America, if you told the DMV, the people go register the car, you bought your car 1,000, they only ask you for your insurance. Tomorrow, if that car was 50,000, you told the DMV 1,000, you may answer them that the 1,000 value they're going for. So you'll be harming yourself. So the system is set up in a way, you know you're not going to cheat yourself because you put your car on the street. And the good thing about accident is either you or someone else coming into you. And once that thing happens, and your rears deposit your C coming also now. So for a year, for you to beat the system, it will be hard, because if I bought my car 2,500 from the dealership and I went to DMV, sometimes a lot of people will step their car up because they know if that car goes into accident, the first thing the insurer going to do will go to DMV to see how much I pay for the car when I register in the car. So you see a lot of people, even if they bought a car here for $2,000, they go to DMV, they make a car 5,000, 6,000. So that in case of anything tomorrow, it may go to insurance, he will not lose. You will get even a $2,000 back. So everybody will step up something so that the car can have the value to be driven on the street. But like Liberia, went to do something called duty. You bought a car for all your expense. Your expenses be put together in shipping everything to Monrovia. Cost you around there 2,800. You add your freight there, maybe it costs you around. You got a single car, you divide the amount paid because freight is very dependent who your shipper or somebody will help you, give you discount and what have you based on your relationship with them. Okay, but at the end of the day, when you take up what you pay, so let's assume I was to ship a sedan for 1,500 a month. Be regular with a guy who ship all the time and say, okay, pay $1,000 this time around. You add it to my 2,800, it's about 3,800. So that's my final transaction value to Monrovia. And I get to Monrovia and say, my car, I bought it 2,000, but to reach it to Monrovia here is around 3,800. Are you telling me this is what the Labrador Revenue Authority will use? Okay, we just got him. We just got in his back. So the issue there is something is not right. We might be saying it good on this platform, but is this what really happening when you following the documentation trail? The platform is saying it right. That's how it should be. Transaction value includes all of the process, the cost in getting your goods to Monrovia. But the question is this what happening? And I will tell you no. I would definitely tell you no. Something somewhere is not right. You see how far it was explained on the platform? But something somewhere is not right. It's not being done right. Something is not just going right. Because at the end of the day, how the value of the car. So these are issues that all the actors that are responsible need to come and tell us how are they coming up with the value, honestly. Because, for example, the division in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry that have to deal with price and analysis, who look at a car from 2,800 and say, no, it's 5,000. They should be telling us which yardstick being used for the 5,000. Because I don't know which yardstick being used up to present. They should be telling us. So that means if anybody coming to Monrovia, then they already know the value. You see, if we help this out, it will get people the mind to ship or not to ship. But we can't keep it like a boogie man. You keep it in the bag, and at the end of the day, it affects the people who do shipping. They may get the Monrovia now, he embarrassed. So from the Ministry of Commerce all the way to the Labrador Revenue Authority, since they already know what they are doing and how they are doing it, whether they're doing it right or wrong, unveil it to the public. Make the public to see what you're doing. So that when a man coming to Monrovia, it makes it easier for him to budget himself, so that when he get to Monrovia, he can able to get himself out and get his goods going. Because I believe these are most of the challenges that most of the people face. Because too many things being done behind closed door. Too many things is being done behind closed door. So if I'm shipping a Pathfinder to Monrovia, and the value for me at the end of the process, there are a lot of changes in there, it creates a lot of problem for me. Because my value go to the Ministry of Commerce, it have another value from the trade, and another thing. It goes to Meta have another value from your own trade and another thing. It goes to CDA has their own policy. So I mean, the guys said there, they said there, it is, you keep off and on, so you need to set up. The guy said there, and it just, so who, which method being used? This is something I think we need to take a week to really look at, to really look at or this thing, because if the guys will take a week, I mean, if it will take us a week to roll this thing, it will be far better for us. But that John in his back.
You have it. Hello?
Yeah, you are live. But you keep off and on. You need, if you're walking right now, you okay, just stay to where you are until you can give us everything. So if you are joining the show, you want to participate, you can call us. The numbers are there. Today we are discussing the challenges, meaning the issue have to deal with the reappraisement of vehicles. I think we'll discuss it again in the subsequent time because this thing need to be discussed adequately. Something is not just being right. Then one of the viewer just said, who is adding the value? What method being used? Okay, it is. So we join you back.
So are there any specific questions that I can answer? Maybe somebody get a question.
The one of the question that came out, you know, this vehicle thing that you were trying to clarify and you went off. I went to the Ministry of Commerce from the president and now they said they took my car from 2,850 to 5,000. I went to CTN who do the documentation, they take it from 5,000 to 6,008. I went to CTN said no, we take it for 7,000. At the end of the day, on my SAD, when my broker came to me, I saw my vehicle now in 8,000. I saw from 2,000, my vehicle ended up in 8,000. So people want to know in that chain what's going on. Who do we believe? Who doing the research? Who really working with the standard of the WTO that need to reach out to where I bought the car from? Are they reaching out? What? You know, you the broker on the ground. You lie.
So I can make squarely that we are issue of the mental evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
But who decides that? It's the government. We have issue with valuation, the mental evaluation. And I do not want you to lose track of my introductory statement. I said the Labor Authority has the sole right and responsibility legally to collect lawful and just revenue. How do they do it? And how do they do it? The lawmakers set the procedures. And I can say squarely that we the brokers or whoever business people who are importing into the country, we don't even have a say how the policy, how the laws are being made. For example, somebody is elected from a district.
Ines, yes. Let me hear you read there. One of our viewers just came out and said, if you are telling us that the Labor Revenue Authority have the say, so what happened with the WTO regulations that govern every member country that have to deal with interaction with the business community and government? If the government have a say, then why are we member of the WTO?
So, to answer the person directly, I can say to them that there is Africa.
What do you mean this is Africa?
Oh, but is there any WTO representative here to check our government to know whether the provisions of the WTO are being fully implemented? That's the response to the person.
Yes, that's why we have the Ministry of Commerce there.
But wait a, can you be the player of the Revelry Center?
We have the National Trade Facilitation Committee there.
That committee is dead. Forget about it. That committee has been dead from the day it was established. When was the last time the National Trade Financial Committee had a meeting? When? I can tell you, maybe President we are told, maybe they met here whatever. But that committee is there at the point around. That committee died point around.
We also have the Labrador Chamber of Commerce there.
That's a two-flat bulldog. The Labrador Chamber of Commerce is a two-flat bulldog.
So that means, because the chorus are laughing. So that means something is not right, because there is nobody who is supervising the entire WTO or process. There's nobody supervising this process, so everybody is doing it their way. So that's why you mean this is Africa, in which, of course, the WTO platform that speak about standardization, Africa got nothing to do with where you are or where you hail, because by that alone it violates discrimination.
Let me say to you that the route you are going, maybe it's so diplomatic. We talk about the WTO. Let me tell you, we want to raise 1 billion. Then you talk about the WTO.
At the detriment of the business people and at the people who live in the country.
We are looking for 1 billion.
At the detriment of the business people and the people who live in the country.
What I'm going to tell you is that we are looking for 1 billion. So the WTO, we are looking for 1 billion before our budget year ends. So I'm saying to you, I've never heard about one WTO representative before in Liberia. Or I've not heard say a WTO member came to visit the business community.
They do visit.
Where?
Liberia.
I'm telling you, we are part of the National Commerce Association is part of the National Trade Facilitation Committee.
That I know.
That committee has been funded. Money been coming from the Swedish government, the World Bank. We are not receiving RAC.
That I know.
So, like I said, that committee is there upon around. The only thing we can do, I can tell you right now, when you ship, look for a good broker who is friendly with somebody at the Liberian Authority who can help you with ease to facilitate your goods. But all our protocol, they want that one, it does not say we barely roll.
You are not the only country building road. There are other countries that are even doing more development than you, and they are still following the protocol of the WTO.
I'm not a politician.
You just doing one thing road. Okay. So okay, then let's discuss the issue of the National Chairman of Patel. Now, we are looking at the revenue. We are looking at the revenue the component. Yeah, we need to build road. We need to move the country forward. But previously, before joining us, we were discussing METEX and the NRA today. Today, we see METEX falling into the country, and we see no implementation. The state maintain the CODR site. Documentation process is very poor, according to a lot of the information being coming up from there. That was even being spelled out by the National Chairman of Patel. We see METEX have not met with the business community since they took over to tell the business community what they are involved into, what they are really doing. METEX are not yet. And there are so many things METEX have left out. There are so many things METEX are left out that we are strongly working towards. Okay? So how do you see METEX currently, their operation, and how do you grade them? Okay, you as a broker, how do you grade METEX from 1 to 10? Hello, Ines, are you there? I think I just lost in the Zoka. Okay. Someone, okay. I think someone want to participate.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hold on 1 minute. I'm trying to get a caller who want to participate. Trying to get a caller who want to participate. Just hold on 1 minute. Okay, I'm not getting it. Yeah, it is. You live. Hello? Hello? I think I'm not getting in it.
Are you getting me? Hello?
Yeah, it is. You have to be focused. This show is live. You can't be off and on.
Maybe that network, but I'm on the show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the issue, you just pop off again. Oh God, you just pop out again. So as I was saying, so you talking about you want to raise 1 billion. The government want to raise 1 billion, but you're taking hundreds of millions and giving it to a private company. How do you raise the 1 billion? You take hundreds of millions, you giving it to a private company. Hundreds of millions. The money you're looking for, you giving it to who? A friend. Like I'm in my house. I want my wife to look good. By giving all the money I made, I giving it to my neighbor to make his wife and children look good. My wife and children stays out. That's how I look like. All the money I make, I give it to my wife. I give it to my neighbor. And telling him, man, I want my wife to look good. You go and buy for my wife. That's how it look like. Okay. You see, so like the caller explained, I love the way we Liberians can explain. Oh yes, we can explain. But the reality is, you see what really going on? You see what really going on? Okay? Is this what really going on? We explain a lot. You bring a Liberian man right here, for example, we explain it. When we finish explaining it, the issue is just clear. The challenges people face is because people are not following the book. They're doing it the way they feel. Like the caller, like the guest just mentioned something. I think something is not just right. Because I know for a member country like Liberia to be part of WTO, there are people who leave to visit Liberia, but either they are not reaching down to the business community like it was in the past. Because I remember there were a lot of time I remember most of these meetings were held at the association office. Okay? We met with these guys. They were meeting up separately. So for this broker and a friend of mine who is the vice president telling me that they are not seeing no representative from the WTO yet, that means something is not right. Because if Liberia were doing the right thing, they would not be shooting these guys to be reaching out to the business community. So probably these guys come to the country and they tell them, you can trust me. If the steering committee had about over the years past were active, Like he said, the National Trade Facilitation Committee is dead. Can you imagine? It's dead. So how do you expect to see the representation from the WTO or maybe the Trade Facilitation Committee or from the Swedish National Board of Trade? Because the people get nobody to meet. Because the people know that now in Liberia, all the committees should be set up where they can reach out to find out what is going on. What is going on? What is going on? Because, you know, I'm so speechless. Because how can you raise, I think you should be raising the 1 billion in a friendly environment where you create this the kind of a playing field for everybody to feel free and making sure that they can be in the position to reach out and coming to get it done. Look, for example, look what the guests on the show just did there. The MOCI should be the one doing major publicity on these things. So that when we on this platform, we just rolling with them. We just rolling with them. If we on the platform and we discuss anything, then we go into the MOCI for all of their memos and everything. Then we discussing on how are they moving. Because too many mistakes being made in our country. People doing it the way they feel they want to do it. The way they see them, the way they see, oh, you know, it's so sad, eh? It's so sad. At the end of the day, the whole issue brought on to we need to raise money. Yes. We all want, for me, I didn't want to see Liberia raising 100 billion. Because 100 billion go back to the country. At the end of the day, we get good hospital, good road, but you can't raise the 100 billion out of rock. That's not possible. It will not work. That's not possible. I support the 1 billion initiative. I even support 100 billion initiative. Well, how can you raise 1 billion when you gave it portion of the money out? Money custom user fee alone will help raise the 1 billion. Take the people out. Pay the guys from Viva, pay the guys 2 times what they make. They are the expert. You can't do nothing about it. You can't cheat it. Not because they are Liberian. If someone in Viva was making 500, you pay them 1,005 to maintain them and raise the money for custom user fee. And see if they not raise the 1 billion. See if you not raise the 1 billion. Do you know what I mean? If all the shipping that goes to Monrovia and the 190 people pay were going to the government as custom user fee from the day Beaver left, we're going far by now. We're going far by now. But this issue of I, that's what's suffering us. That's what's suffering us. I know Commissioner Nado Target, he want to be the first revenue commissioner to reach 1 billion, but you can't squeeze water out of rock. That's not possible. You cannot squeeze water out of rock. Anything that squeezes out of rock, that fire. You can't squeeze water out of rock. And you need the water to survive. Anything that squeezes water is fire. I mean, it squeezes rock. The next thing will come out of fire, that heat. Let's follow the pattern of the WTO. We might not be 100%, but we can hit 80 to 75 and we make significant impact as a country, and we're forcing it to work our way and not getting it done. Look at the example the guest just made. See, the Ministry of Commerce on price and analysis has their own regulatory body to wait, and they are the lead of the WTO. Instead of they having that body, why can't the body take that? Because sometimes your document goes to Commerce Ministry and stay there for almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks your document stay there, but they are not in a position to reach out to where the goods came from. So why the document was there 2 weeks? Why was the document there 2 weeks? The first thing the Ministry of Commerce should be doing is it should be demanding that all vehicles in that particular continuum, they want direct contact of the owner of the vehicle and where they got the vehicle from. That's the first thing they should be requesting. Emails, social media accounts, telephone number to reach out. You sit down, you say price analysis. Which yardstick is the price analysis using to place value on the vehicle? You go to Metex. Which yardstick Metex using to place another value on the vehicle? Then you take the document to CDN. Which yardstick CTN is using to place another value on the vehicle? Then you go to the Labrador Revenue Authority. Which yardstick the custom officers are doing that job to place another value? So a vehicle that originated from 2,000 or 2,500 end up being $7,000 to $8,000. Something is not right. You see the disparity here? Something is not right. We need the money, but if we do it rightly, we will get what we want. Something is not just right at all. Something is not right. Something is not just right. Something is not just right. Our lawmakers, people who we should be looking up to improve our lives, the man tells you, in a car of 15 years, when you come into the country, do anything you want to do. You bring a brand new car, you say you want to compare yourself with us. A Ryan Cadillac, or a Ryan, what is the most famous car in abroad? Maybe a Sakuya, 2018, 2019. You just bring one container to Morocco, you want to ride the same car, Ryan. So we'll put SR on you. So, you see, in the first place, the lawmaker had no idea on the entire trade process. That's one of the bigger problems we face right now. The lawmaker has no idea on the whole trade process. So the first thing the lawmaker should be doing, call the trade expert to you sit down with them and let them educate you on the entire process before even making the law. Because number one, you're even violating the discriminatory process of the WTO. You can bring the car. Can you imagine in America for a lawmaker to go buy a car hundreds of thousands and say you don't pay taxes? It'd be all on the news. But in Labrador, it's a privilege. It's a privilege. In Liberia, it's a privilege. It's a privilege. Give it to the person. It's a privilege. And then you say the people bringing car 15-year older. In fact, what? You look at a developing country. The only thing you should be talking about the roadworthiness of the vehicle. I think that should be the policy. Once the car is able to plow the street of Monrovia, that will not end up being a junk that can go for the next 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 years, it has the right into the country. Then you create to create a job in the country is very, 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 very easy. All these guys are in Clarendon, Vartan. Take all of them, just put them into what? Into a motor vehicle inspection area under the transport ministry. Even if you ship and carry your car to them so that they can make sure that your car, so that means you ship the car, you take it to Liberia. If that car is needed to be serviced, you pay those guys. It's a way to generate money. To make the car being road worthy for the country, you can create that division. Do you know how many Liberians will be employed under the Ministry of Transport? So once the car is 15 years, it must go for that inspection. That's what they do here. Your car can be all as it is. They got to go for state inspection. Once the police pull you over and notice it, the first thing they'll tell you after giving you the ticket, you got to take the car for inspection. If the car is going well, you do it here. And to take that car to any of the garage or garages around here, you go and pay. It's not free. You pay. So that's how the people make money in this country. So take all these guys that in Vartan and Clarendon, you bring them somewhere, you create a facility that all these cars are 15 years and older. Instead of people pay all that money, they go to the guys and they pay for something called, they gotta inspect the vehicle, make sure your brakes, your lights, everything in the vehicle leaves to come out. What are you going on the market? It going somewhere. All you designate garage, and the garages will take the guys from the street because the money they will make, they use it to pay the guys. The designate garage because the guys ain't pay, so you're not going to collect money from there again. So you improve the garages, the major garages in the country, send the guys there. So, but you can't say that you just make law only for you yourself. The lawmaker made law and say, look. Any car that is 15 years, come in the country, you're prepared on it. Anybody bringing new car, that means they may want to ride the car, the speaker riding. The men are Liberians or businessmen. So that assumes someone live their life all your years in America, they don't have the right to ride 2018 Mercedes-Benz or maybe 2019, 2021 Mercedes-Benz in Liberia. That's not comparison. That's the main life. That's the main life. So you can't create a country in a way where certain people, only them have the right to own certain things. Don't leave that to the politician, man. But like I said, something is not right in the process of the additional value being added to the vehicle processing Liberia. Something is not right. We need to open our eyes, take a key look, but something is not right. At the end of the day, we discourage people from doing business. Nobody go to Liberia. They came to this country and said, yeah, I went to Liberia. I was successful in doing the business. I have not heard that. Nobody go to Liberia. I have not heard that. Everybody who comes from Liberia, no man, not easy. No man, not easy. Like the court said, you need to find a friendly broker. Friendly. I don't know what friendly might mean, but you need. For me, I always want to see a friendly system, a system that will speak for me and speaks for you. A system that will protect me and protect you. You don't need someone who will come to influence the system and beat the system. That's not a system. We want a system that will say A is A for everyone. A system that will have a line that everyone will go through. Then to say you must have someone who has influence over the system. No. For me, it makes no sense. It's not helping. It makes no sense. It's not helping. And you need someone who will have influence over the system. No. For me, it makes no sense. It's not helping. Okay? So there are a lot of challenges. Look at the issue that just on earth. Who adding the value? Why are they adding the value? What's the source of adding the value? What's the source of adding the value? You go to other countries, they will tell you the reason why. But someone will tell you, my man, that how we want. No, it's not that how you want to do it. What's the law that say? Because even the lawmaker who makes all the law, there is no law that say that the commerce ministry has right to increase your value. The GTN has right to increase your value. The CTN has right to increase your value. And the LRA, yeah, they have the law to say, yeah, but which yardstick are they using? It's just the issue of to raise money. And you scare the people away. You definitely scare the people away. So the guy's taking advantage of the entire WTO process that is dead in Liberia. Nobody raising it. And particularly the advantage are to the guys now who run the system. Because from what I've gathered, the entire WTO process in Liberia is there, but it's not known, it's not vocal. Nobody talking about it. So the guys take advantage of the system. They run it the way they want. They run it the way they want. It's not helping. Truly, it's not helping at all. Because you scare the people from coming to the country. They're coming into the country. At the end of the day, what happened? The man comes again and says, oh, man, I can't be shit. Now, people who are doing 4-5 continue, they joining friends now. All the people you see shaping are two. So now who is to shape on your own? I don't join people now because they still want to get into Monrovia. They still want to get into Liberia. So they doing it on. I used to shape continue. I got to find a friend now with John to do continue. So can you imagine if I was shaping 2-3 continue and James was shaping 4 continue, Henry was shaping 5 continue. But because of the situation now, we all put together, we only shaping 2 continue. The few goods I will get because everybody know me to be shipping. The few James will get, the few Andrew will get, John will get. We put it together that 2 continue and make, we shape it. But in previous time, if I alone was shaping 4, she was shaping 5, that 9. Another man was shaping 2, that 11. Another man come and shape 4, that 15 coming to the country. You know what the government made out of the 15? But you see how the 15 now, we all put together. We only shaping 3. 12 continue that were coming to Monrovia no longer come to Monrovia anymore. You have 3 continue coming to Monrovia. That's what's happening currently now with the shipping process back home. You can also even loading docks. They shutting your loading docks down. They shutting down your docks and moving to a friend where they can sit there and do business with the friend to move forward. So if the men got the first of all the people that are shipping on the men, everybody has decided not to ship because it's no better, it's no good for them. It's no better, it's no good. So everybody back off from the process. It's no better, it's no good. So what happened at the end of the day? How do you raise the 1 billion? You're talking about. Do we support the 1 billion initiative? We do because it helped the country. I do. The platform do support the 1 billion initiative because it will help the country. But the question now is, how do we raise the 1 billion? I thought in raising the 1 billion, we should create a friendly environment with the business community. I would urge the people to get interested in doing business back home. But rather, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. So, rather, it's the opposite. So the issue of the 1 billion is a serious challenge. It's not just saying it, but what are we doing to raise it? If we scare all the people away, say for example, if all the big companies who bring in uniform commodity were bringing 30, 40 continue, the guys who are bringing 3, 4, 5 to maintain your businesses in right now. That's all they're doing. The man who used to bring 15, 20 container, like I get one of my clients who used to ship almost 5, 6, 8 container in 3 months, sometimes 15. In 3 months, now the person they're doing like if they will ship, then they do 4, then they not ship in 3 months. So when I was doing 15 container in 3 months, now if they ship 4 in 3 months, then I mean they have already shipped. That means they have ready shipped. That means they have ready shipped. So instead of us improving, what happened? The process is going down. Instead of us improving, the process is going down. So today we were looking at Metex, Scientific, and LRA on the shipping and the challenges to Liberia. Next week we'll be looking at the custom brokers, their role to play. How are they helping the industry? How can we count on them? Are they helping? The role of the custom broker in our country. And we will also be looking at the shipping line. So next week, you will be telling us the challenges you face in dealing with brokers, your experience with brokers, and that of the shipping line, when they are more than so be taking a 2-2. The challenges you face with the brokers, the brokers in Liberia, and we'll be giving you the rules because I hear from there. We'll be telling you who brokers are, how they came about. We'll be telling you, and we will want you to tell us the challenges faced in the industry, the trade industry with brokers. Are they helping? How can they improve? How are they causing more harm than good? Because this platform deals with everybody. The platform deals with everybody. Then you can also grade them from 1 to 10 when you see the custom brokers. So if the custom brokers are one of the major problems in the trade platform, let us know so that we can start discussing with them, so that we can reach out to them and we tell them the problem and the hoodoo battle they are creating within the trade chain. Then the B to that will be looking at the shipping line. Are they helping? How can we bring them on? How can we grade them from 1 to 10? Where do we see the shipping line from 1 to 10? So those are the 2 partners we will be joining on tomorrow. And we will keep discussing these partners over and over with their role, because we need to continue discussing them so that we can see where our trade problem lies. Trust me, and that's the only way we can fresh out. So if it will take us the year to continue discussing this and to know where we are and where we hope to be, it will be far better on this platform. We will continue to discuss the partners, continue to grade them, and to move forward. Again, I want to say thank you all for joining us. I wish you all the best. Enjoy your weekend, as we hope to see in the coming week. All of you who participated, I want to say thank you. It was a nice time with you. We want to say thanks to our 2 guests. And today we will be privileged to have Presley Towell although he was rushing out on another business, but he chipped in his time. We want to appreciate that time he chipped in. And we also have Inezoka, who is a member of the Custom Broker Association, the vice president, but he spoke in his capacity as a broker. So let's get this clear. He was never speaking as the vice president. He spoke as a broker who gave us a lot of insight on the trade process. We want to say thank you also. And like I said, we want to say happy birthday to all of you celebrating your birthday today, all of you who celebrated your birthday in the past. And to the month of June, we want to say a happy birthday to all of you. We want to say have a God bless weekend. Enjoy your time. Enjoy the best of your life. But not forgetting, remember the old good God who keep us alive all time. This is the trade platform where we speak the truth, nothing but the truth. Where we speak to national government, we speak to partners, we speak to players in the trade chain, and we speak to the challenges that we face in doing business back home. The improvement of our trade climate, what can we do to improve the industry? Come and participate. Tell us the challenges you face. How can we work this out? How can we do this as a business? I mean, as people in help improving. We all want to see our country be improved. We want to see people paying taxes. And the next issue we will be discussing as we move on, how sincere are clients doing a declaration? Are they honest to the country? These are issues we need to be discussing, because if you are not honest in declaring to your country truthfully, how do you expect the country to make money? So after we discuss all the partners, we will be going to the client declaration. Are they truthful? Are they doing truthful declaration to the country? Are you bringing commodity and giving a different name because you want to do the system? Is this helping the country? This platform is here to spit out. So everybody has a role to play. When we are there with all of the partners, then we go into the community. It's the business community doing the right thing. You go to China, you buy a goose, you bring it to the country, you honor value the goose. You stay in America, you buy a goose, you honor value the goose. Are you doing the right thing? This platform will be discussing it. So when we deal with the government, we deal with the brokers, we deal with the shipping line, we deal with the city, we deal with everybody, then we end up on you as the business community. Are we doing the right thing? And definitely we need to tell the people what we're doing. Are we doing truthful declaration? Are you telling the people what actually bringing to the country? Are you paying? Because these could be some of the problems we face. You're bringing the goods, you declare the goods you pay, but we go to Camp Joseph Road, we cannot afford to buy the goods. And you put all the costs on clearing. So you'll be coming to us as the business people. You should be telling us truthfully, you pay all this money, that's why you're selling the goods this price, so that we can see the reality. That's what the true platform is there for on the trade platform. So thanks for joining us. I hope to see you this coming soon. See you again.